This summer, Rwanda welcomed back its members of Diaspora community living in London. From reconnecting with the family to exploring the country's rapid transformation, they share their experiences, reflections, and what it means to call Rwanda home no matter how far they live. Let's hear their stories of return, identity, and the bond that keeps them connected to the motherland.
My name is Ashley Carrera. I'm a first-year university student in London, and I came back this summer to do an internship at the Ecobank Rwanda. To be honest, it feels great to be back home, to see family, friends, and just a feeling of being right back at home. It feels so great. So the thing I liked most about being back in Rwanda this time is the opportunities that I got. For example, the internship that I received at Ecobank. I'm at a point where I have to do internships to, get my CV up. And so given that opportunity, getting to do that in Rwanda, especially at home, has been really great. And I haven't been able to do that in any summers before. So doing that this year has been very fun.
So my name is Jarvis. I live in London, but this summer I've been in Kigali, and currently I'm doing an internship with the National Bank of Rwanda. But before that, I was doing the Rwanda Youth Tour, which was from July the 7th to July the 20th, and it was an experience to go to different places in Rwanda, to speak to different people in different industries, and in general to meet people from different countries, mainly diaspora actually. And yes, and that brings me to today where I'm doing an internship at the National Bank of Rwanda. The easiest thing to say is the weather's amazing here. It's always sunny, sometimes even too sunny for me, but I enjoy it nonetheless. Family, most of my extended family live here, and it's nice to be around the culture. I like the culture around here, so I enjoy it.
My name is Nhamana Jilangaparai. I live in the UK. I'm Rwandan, and currently I'm in Kigali to do an internship. I came with an expectation. I wanted to gain experience, obviously, but what I've experienced in the past 5 weeks has been amazing, and I'm really, really glad that I decided to come back home to do this internship. So I'm at RBC, Rwandan Biomedical Center, and I'm in the Public Health Surveillance and Emergency Preparedness Response Department. I study health science, and what I want to do in the future is public health.
My name is Javesh Shamatrada. I'm 21. I'm a Rwandan diaspora from the UK. I'm currently at university, but I have interests in sports marketing and management. This summer was really just a culmination of opportunity, timing, and just work in general. Like I was fortunate enough to be accepted into an internship program with RDB, with partnerships at Visit Rwanda. So mainly my job there was to just work on the different partnerships that Visit Rwanda have with Arsenal, PSG, Atletico Madrid now as well as BAO and Giants of Africa. So I was probably there at the perfect time. Managed to hit every single one of those partnerships at least once or twice. And so yeah, they really involved me from the start. And it's been a great internship and a great experience for me and my future career for sure. I remember when I was younger, I was in primary school, like secondary school even, and the sponsorship with Arsenal was just announced. Before then, Rwanda was just known as the country that came from the genocide that's advancing well, and obviously we're way more than the partnerships as well. But I believe like that time indicated a switch, like a shift in the way that we were known around the world. And obviously being an Arsenal fan myself, growing up just 15 minutes away from the stadium, like it was something I could talk to my friends about. And I think that in its essence is what sports partnership and sports marketing in general can do for this country. And I think it's something that like the leadership in our country has recognized as well in pushing it, and it being the leading vehicle in our advancement and development. So yeah, I think just all in all, those small events, like those small events is what these partnerships are about, like inspiring our youth.
So I went searching for the banking opportunity because out of everything that all the other sectors in Rwanda, that's the one I knew the least about. And generally in life, I feel like you need to know a lot, maybe not just about banking, but about finance, in which you learn through the bank. Because in the end, you are going to end up looking for like a mortgage plan, like for your house, or maybe something to finance your car, or maybe a project that you want to build, or real estate. So through the bank, I wanted to learn how all those are done, maybe what rates are there based on the market values and whatnot. So that's the main reason why I wanted to go to the bank. I didn't really really see that I needed was, or at least in the banking sector, was as social skills. So what they did was they took me on a lot of field visits, which is where we have to go visit clients that we partner with, or maybe clients that we want to gain. And so these social skills that I learned in the bank are not just, just being friendly and whatnot, but also learning how to connect with these people on a different level to be able to, align your interests with the bank, with the client, and with what the bank wants. And that's a skill that I actually gained, because now I can use it better for, my future.
My first week, there were many other interns, and my advisor was giving me new tasks to do every single day. So the biggest challenge per se would be seeing the language I've been learning in the classroom every single day in real life, and people talking about phrases and terminology that maybe I've heard before, but to use it in such quick succession is hard to get used to. I remember one internal meeting we had at the National Bank. There were presentations towards the chief economist, and I was trying to catch up and keep up with the phrases and terminology, and it was definitely challenging because it's a fast-paced environment, and this is something that it's critical because it needs to be published soon. And so it was nice to see like all of the things I've been learning in class put into action, and I'm definitely happy that I've been able to learn more as I've been there, but it's definitely a challenge to hear all this terminology in action, but I'm definitely grateful. I think it's going to help me definitely long term.
So initially when I came, what I wanted to do was to really understand what public health actually is. It's quite a broad subject, broad sector, and with my studies, we did touch on it, but we weren't able to go into depth. So my expectations were quite basic, just to understand what it is about and what it entails. But my expectations were surpassed because they sent me away, and we were able to go on missions to really go to the villages, to Nyaruguru, for example, and see what health issues are occurring over there. I was also assigned some tasks which held quite a lot of weight, which I didn't think I would be assigned. But honestly, it was a great privilege and really insightful. For the sector that I'm interested in, for public health, the main skill that I really learned was communication. Communication is vital, especially because the work that happens at RBC, at the office, it doesn't affect just those people in the office. There's health centers, there's a structure, and everybody has to be in line, everybody has to be connected for things to go and for things to work. And that's the main skill that I learned, communication, and to ensure that what you do communicate has enough detail and the person that's receiving that information fully understands what needs to be done.
It's so multifaceted, I think. Like, there's elements of diplomacy. I'm there talking with other government institutions, Ministry of Sport, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then obviously different partners from overseas, Arsenal, and these are pretty big institutions as well, like very big organized institutions. So the Arsenals, the PSGs, as well as the lesser known marketing agencies that help facilitate what we do on the ground for those partnerships. So those are just the smaller marketing agencies that we liaise with and stuff, as well as the representation, celebrities and the artists and the athletes that we collaborate with when we're here. So I think just the multifaceted approach of the internship as a whole, the experience of learning basic sales, negotiation skills, communication skills, I think that was the most enriching part of the entire experience.
The biggest takeaway for me was meeting people that live in different countries, namely Belgium, Canada, the United States, and to be able to learn more about the history of Rwanda. So we had different activities and we went to different places all across Rwanda. So there was a day we did the Liberation Trail. So we went to where the president was staying in the bunker leading up to the struggle, and numerous places close to the border of Uganda, for example. And in general, I was able to learn more about the history of Rwanda, and because it's quite a beautiful country today, but to learn more about how it was before, pre-1994, leading up to early 90s, even beforehand in 59, and how things were changing there. It changed perspective for sure. It gave me an understanding and more of an appreciation for how privileged I am to be here today in this country I can be proud to call home.
I'd say the part of our culture that I enjoy the most is always going to be dance. I love the dance. I love what it means. I love what it represents. I love how it makes you feel. I've been to 3 weddings since I've been here, and obviously every wedding there's been dances, and just seeing their facial expressions, how happy they are. I love that about our culture. The language, and the importance of the language too. It's not just speech. It's not just talking. It's not just about understanding. There's things which lie under Kinyarwanda, values, obviously culture. It's a lot more. It's heavier than just a language. It means a lot more, and so doing our best to understand and to try and speak that language is essential for Rwandans in general, especially for those who live abroad.
I love going to games. I love going to the basketball games at BK Arena. I'd say one thing that people don't know about, I think one thing that's kind of lesser known is Fazenda. Fazenda with the horse riding, the archery, the quad bike riding. I think those things are also fun to do as well for people that don't only like sports like myself. So I'd say those are good activities to do here as well. Yeah, ugali is my favorite. Other than that, because you can have it with the kachumbari and stuff.
There's a lot of things to do in Rwanda now, actually. Activity-wise, golf. I don't actually play golf when I'm back in the UK, but when I come here, I tend to go to the golf course quite often and play. I do enjoy it quite a lot. I go with some friends. Nyandungu, I enjoy going to the eco park. I feel like it's really relaxing, and go and chill with some friends too. So yeah.
Your favorite dish? Rwandan dish?
Ugali, Nisombe.
Rwanda's amazing. So I'm somebody that likes to do sports and athletics. So I like going to play football in Canal Olympia, which is in Rebero. So I enjoy going there to play football whenever I have some free time, most likely on the weekends. I've been grateful to be able to meet many new people as well this summer. And there have been a number of places within Kigali we've been to. I think one of the places I think is quite chill is called Kivu Noir. I like that place, it's relaxed. And I've met people through there. Some place a bit more interesting, Pili Pili. I liked that area. I was able to watch the Club World Cup final there. So that was a tournament that happened this summer. So I enjoyed that for sure. And in general, going around to see family across areas. My favorite area in Rwanda right now is maybe Kanombe, because I spent a lot of time in Kanombe. My aunt and my cousins all live in Kanombe, so for at least a month I was staying with them while I was here this summer. And I really enjoyed just the area of Kanombe. It's very busy though. You're next to the airport, you're next to traffic that never ends.
It never ends.
So that was something to get used to, but I like Kanombe. It feels like home, especially because a lot of my extended family lives there. More recently, I've been staying in Yarutarama. That's a bit more central. It's a bit closer to different places, so I like that as well. Those are some of the places I like to be in Rwanda. So I like matoke, and if you mix some agatogo with inyama, sauce, I wouldn't say I'm a picky eater at all. So agatogo is one of my favorite foods, even outside of Rwanda. I love eating agatogo.
I would say definitely take that trip, because you never know how much it could change your life. Rwanda's home. Even if like you've never been here before, but you are like a diaspora and you're Rwandan, you come here and you just feel like a sense of home that you're not used to, and it just makes you want to build up the country even more, and to come back and help be part of the change and help be part of the growth of our country. So I think that's one message I have for diaspora. Like, please definitely take that trip. Even though you're thinking about it or you want to go somewhere else, trust me, take that trip. You're going to have so much fun, and you're going to love it.
Come home, take a look at Rwanda. It's a beautiful country, and I'm not just saying that. I've really enjoyed my experience here, and I think if you gave Rwanda a chance, your home country, to look and see what exactly it is that I'm talking about, some of the other people before me have talked about, I think you would not regret it. And at the very least, it's an experience to see what life would be like on the other side of the globe.
Diaspora community, whether you're in the UK, Canada, Belgium, Switzerland, we're all the same. And we have to remember that we're all Rwandans first. I think the most important thing is to really take the culture and make it our own. Of course, it starts with our parents. But after a certain age, it becomes personal. We have to take the steps to want to know more about our culture, to want to know more about our country. And it begins with questions. We have to be curious. As children growing up, everybody knows that children love to ask why, and that needs to continue, especially as diaspora. We live abroad, we don't have the chance to be back home, so it's harder for us, but it's still possible. So just make sure that you guys take that first step to really want to get to know your country and your culture.
In whatever capacity you can, to just join efforts in advancing your country that you love so much. I think oftentimes, as I said previously, like it's people often undermine themselves in what they can do and what they can achieve here and the potential of the country. So I think just joining forces in whatever capacity you can, professional, social, cultural, using whatever assets you can to help this young country grow.